Geography is the stage where the human story unfolds. It shapes our lives in countless ways. From the food we eat to the houses we build, geography matters. It's about mountains and rivers, yes, but it's also about people. It's about how we interact with the planet and each other. This report is a journey through key themes in Canadian and world geography. We'll explore the physical landscape, we'll see how this shapes human activities, and we'll confront the pressing environmental issues of our time. Our journey begins with Canada. This massive country boasts incredible geographical diversity. From towering mountains to fertile prairies, Canada has it all. But what about the rest of the world? How do different landscapes influence human societies across the globe? Let's find out. Our exploration starts with the ground beneath our feet. Part 2 delves into the world of physical geography. We'll examine Canada's dramatic landforms and varied climate, prepare to be amazed by towering peaks and vast glaciers. Then we'll shift our focus to the human story. In Part 3, we'll see how people have settled across Canada and the world. We'll investigate the growth of cities, the movement of people, and the use of natural resources. But our journey isn't all about the past. In Part 4, we'll confront the environmental challenges facing our planet. We'll explore the urgent need for sustainability and the growing threat of climate change. Finally, we'll zoom out to examine the forces of globalization in Part 5. How has a more interconnected world impacted Canada? Get ready to explore the fascinating world of geography. Canada's landscape is a testament to nature's grandeur. Towering mountain ranges dominate the western horizon. The Canadian Rockies, a majestic chain of peaks, stretch from British Columbia to Alberta. These mountains are young and rugged, their sharp peaks piercing the sky. Glaciers, remnants of the last ice age, carve their way through valleys, leaving behind sparkling lakes and rivers. East of the Rockies, the landscape transforms dramatically. The vast expanse of the Canadian prairies stretches out like a sea of green and gold. These fertile grasslands, once home to massive herds of bison, are now Canada's breadbasket. Rolling hills and vast fields of wheat and canola paint a serene picture. Canada's coastline is equally impressive, stretching over 200,000 kilometers. From the rugged shores of Newfoundland to the sheltered inlets of British Columbia, the coast is a place of constant change. The powerful Atlantic crashes against rocky cliffs in the east, while the Pacific laps gently at sandy beaches in the west. These diverse landforms are the result of millions of years of geological processes. Tectonic plates collided, pushing up the towering mountains. Glaciers, like giant bulldozers, sculpted the land, carving out valleys and depositing fertile soil. The relentless forces of erosion continue to shape the landscape, reminding us of nature's power. Canada's climate is as varied as its landscapes, ranging from the frigid Arctic to the temperate south. In the far north, the Arctic tundra reigns supreme. Winters are long and harsh, with temperatures plummeting to unimaginable lows. The ground remains frozen for most of the year, supporting only the hardiest of plant and animal life. Further south, the boreal forest dominates the landscape. This vast expanse of coniferous trees stretches across Canada, a testament to nature's resilience. Winters are still cold, but summers are short and mild, allowing for a brief explosion of life. Along the coast, the climate is moderated by the ocean. The west coast, influenced by warm Pacific currents, enjoys a mild and rainy climate. Lush rainforests cloak the slopes of the coastal mountains, home to a rich diversity of plant and animal life. The east coast experiences a more continental climate, with warm summers and cold, snowy winters. The Atlantic Ocean, while moderating temperatures somewhat, also brings storms and nor'easters, reminding coastal communities of nature's raw power. Section 3. The global stage, landforms and climate shaping humanity. Canada's diverse geography has profoundly influenced its history, culture, and economy. The challenging climate and rugged terrain have tested the resilience of its people, fostering a spirit of innovation and adaptation. From the Inuit hunters of the Arctic to the farmers of the prairies, Canadians have learned to live in harmony with their environment. But this story isn't unique to Canada. Across the globe, physical geography has played a pivotal role in shaping human societies. Mountain ranges have acted as barriers, isolating communities and fostering cultural diversity. Rivers have served as lifelines, providing water for irrigation and transportation routes for trade. Coastal regions, with their access to the sea, have often become centers of trade and cultural exchange. Deserts, while challenging to inhabit, have also fostered unique adaptations, from the nomadic lifestyles of Bedouin tribes to the ingenious irrigation systems of ancient civilizations. Understanding the interplay between physical geography and human activity is crucial for appreciating the challenges and opportunities facing our world today. From climate change to resource management, the lessons we learn from the land will continue to shape our future. Section 1. The rise of cities, urbanization in Canada and the world. The Canadian landscape, once dominated by vast wilderness, is rapidly transforming. Cities are swelling, becoming magnets for people seeking opportunity and a different pace of life. This trend, known as urbanization, is reshaping the human geography of Canada and the world. In Canada, over 80% of the population now resides in urban areas. Toronto, Vancouver and Montreal stand as bustling metropolises, pulsating with economic activity and cultural vibrancy. These urban centres are hubs of innovation, attracting talent from across the country and beyond. The allure of city life is easy to understand. Cities offer a plethora of job opportunities, higher wages and access to education, healthcare and cultural amenities. The bright lights, the constant buzz, the promise of a better life. Cities beckon with a siren song, drawing people in from rural areas and smaller towns. This shift towards urban living is not unique to Canada. Globally, urbanization is occurring at an unprecedented rate. Megacities with populations exceeding 10 million are emerging on every continent, reshaping the global landscape. This massive movement of people from rural to urban areas presents both opportunities and challenges for the 21st century. Section 2. A nation of immigrants, migration shaping Canada's identity. Canada, often referred to as a mosaic of cultures, is a nation built on immigration. For centuries, people from all corners of the globe have crossed oceans and continents, seeking a new beginning in this land of opportunity. This continuous influx of immigrants has profoundly shaped Canada's social fabric, its economy, and its identity. From the first European settlers to the waves of immigrants arriving today, Canada has always been a land of newcomers. While the early years saw primarily European immigration, the latter half of the 20th century witnessed a diversification of source countries, with Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean becoming major contributors to Canada's growing multicultural mosaic. This open-door policy, while not without its challenges, has enriched Canada in countless ways. Immigrants bring with them their unique cultures, traditions, languages, and skills, adding vibrant threads to the tapestry of Canadian society. They contribute to the economy, filling labor market gaps and fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. However, the journey of an immigrant is not always easy. Adapting to a new language, culture, and way of life can be daunting. Discrimination and social isolation remain unfortunate realities for some newcomers. Yet, despite these challenges, immigrants continue to choose Canada, drawn by its promise of a better life, its commitment to diversity, and its reputation as a welcoming and inclusive society. Section 3. From forest to factory, resource use and its impact. Canada, with its vast expanse and abundant natural resources, has long been a global supplier of raw materials. From the towering forests of British Columbia to the oil sands of Alberta, the country's economy has historically been intertwined with the resource extraction. This reliance on natural resources has brought both prosperity and challenges. The logging industry, a cornerstone of the Canadian economy for centuries, has provided jobs and fueled economic growth. Similarly, mining, particularly of minerals and metals, has played a significant role in Canada's industrial development. The discovery of oil and gas reserves further propelled the country onto the global stage as an energy superpower. However, this resource-based economy has come at a cost. Deforestation, habitat loss, and pollution have raised concerns about the environmental impact of resource extraction. The debate over balancing economic development with environmental sustainability has intensified, prompting calls for more responsible resource management practices. The shift towards a more knowledge-based economy, while underway, is a gradual process. Canada faces the challenge of diversifying its economy, reducing its reliance on resource extraction, and embracing sustainable practices that ensure the well-being of both present and future generations. Section 4. The global mosaic: urbanization, migration and resources intertwined. The threads of urbanization, migration and resource use are intricately woven together, creating a complex tapestry of human geography. These trends, while playing out on a global scale, manifest uniquely in different parts of the world. The rapid urbanization of developing countries, for example, is putting a strain on infrastructure, housing and social services. Migration, both within and between countries, is driven by a complex interplay of factors, including economic opportunity, political instability, and climate change. The demand for resources, fueled by population growth and rising living standards, is intensifying competition for scarce resources, raising concerns about resource depletion and environmental degradation. Understanding these interconnected trends is crucial for addressing the challenges and opportunities facing our world today. Sustainable urban planning, equitable access to resources, and the protection of the rights of migrants are just some of the pressing issues that require global cooperation and innovative solutions. As we navigate an increasingly interconnected world, recognizing the interplay between human geography and the environment is paramount. The decisions we make today will shape the world of tomorrow. By embracing sustainable practices, promoting social equity and fostering global cooperation, we can strive to create a more just and sustainable future for all. Section 1. A Planet Under Pressure: Environmental Challenges in Focus. Our journey through Canadian and world geography has revealed the intricate relationship between humans and their environment. We've witnessed the beauty and bounty of nature, but also the impact of human activities on the planet. As we enter the 21st century, the need to address pressing environmental challenges has become increasingly urgent. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, our well-being is inextricably linked to the health of the planet. Yet human activities, driven by population growth, industrialization, and consumption patterns, are putting unprecedented pressure on the Earth's ecosystems. Pollution, deforestation, habitat loss, and climate change are just some of the environmental challenges we face. These challenges are not confined by national borders. Pollution from one country can drift across continents, impacting air and water quality thousands of miles away. Climate change, a truly global issue, is already leading to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptions to ecosystems, impacting communities around the world. The consequences of inaction are dire. Ignoring these environmental challenges will lead to more frequent and severe natural disasters, food and water shortages, mass displacement of people, and increased conflict over dwindling resources. The time for action is now. Action is Section 2. Towards a Sustainable Future: Balancing Progress with Preservation. The concept of sustainability has emerged as a guiding principle for navigating the 21st century. It recognizes the need to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In essence, sustainability is about finding ways to live in harmony with the planet, ensuring that economic development, social progress, and environmental protection go hand in hand. Sustainable practices are being implemented across various sectors, from energy production and transportation to agriculture and manufacturing. Renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydro are replacing fossil fuels, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and mitigating climate change. Energy-efficient buildings, sustainable transportation systems, and waste reduction initiatives are becoming increasingly common. In agriculture, sustainable practices such as organic farming, crop rotation, and precision agriculture are being adopted to minimize environmental impact while enhancing food security. Sustainable forestry practices, including reforestation and responsible logging, aim to protect forests, which play a vital role in regulating climate and providing essential ecosystem services. The transition to a sustainable future requires a shift in mindsets and behaviors. Consumers are becoming more conscious of their environmental footprint, demanding eco-friendly products and supporting businesses with sustainable practices. Governments are implementing policies to promote sustainability, investing in renewable energy and promoting environmental protection. Section 3. The Gathering Storm: Climate Change. Impacts and adaptation. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. Its impacts are being felt around the world, and Canada is no exception. Rising temperatures, melting glaciers, more frequent extreme weather events, and rising sea levels are already reshaping the Canadian landscape and impacting communities from coast to coast. In the Arctic, warming temperatures are melting sea ice at an alarming rate, threatening traditional Inuit hunting practices and impacting wildlife populations. Coastal communities are grappling with rising sea levels, erosion, and more frequent and intense storms. Forests are becoming more susceptible to wildfires, insect infestations, and disease outbreaks. Adapting to these changes is crucial for minimizing the negative impacts of climate change. Coastal communities are investing in seawalls, relocating critical infrastructure, and developing early warning systems for extreme weather events. Farmers are adjusting planting schedules, experimenting with drought-resistant crops, and implementing water conservation measures. Climate change adaptation is not just about responding to current impacts, it's also about anticipating future risks and building resilience into our communities and infrastructure. This requires collaboration between governments, businesses, communities, and individuals working together to develop innovative solutions and build a more sustainable and resilient future. Section 4. A global call to action, international cooperation and innovation. The environmental challenges we face are complex and interconnected, requiring a coordinated global response. International cooperation is essential for developing and implementing effective solutions, sharing knowledge and resources, and addressing transboundary issues such as climate change and pollution. The Paris Agreement, a landmark international agreement adopted in 2015, represents a commitment by nearly 200 countries to combat climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and limiting global temperature rise. The agreement recognizes the need for both mitigation, reducing emissions, and adaptation, adjusting to the impacts of climate change. International collaboration extends beyond formal agreements. Scientists, researchers, policymakers, and activists from around the world are working together to develop innovative technologies, share best practices, and raise awareness about environmental issues. Non-governmental organizations, or NGOs, play a crucial role in advocating for environmental protection, implementing conservation projects, and empowering local communities. Addressing the environmental challenges of the 21st century requires a collective effort, a recognition that we are all interconnected and that our actions have consequences for the planet and for future generations. By embracing sustainability, investing in innovation, and strengthening international cooperation, we can create a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Canada, once a nation largely defined by its vast wilderness and resource-based economy, has emerged as a prominent player on the global stage. Globalization, the interconnectedness of economies, cultures, and societies worldwide, has profoundly impacted Canada, bringing both opportunities and challenges. Trade has been a driving force of globalization, and Canada, with its abundance of natural resources and skilled workforce, has long been integrated into the global trading system. From lumber and minerals to automobiles and technology, Canadian goods and services are sought after around the world. This export-oriented economy has created jobs, fueled economic growth, and raised living standards. Technology has accelerated the pace of globalization, breaking down barriers of distance and time. The internet in particular has revolutionized communication, allowing Canadians to connect instantly with people and businesses across the globe. This has fostered new opportunities for trade, collaboration, and cultural exchange. Canada's cultural landscape has also been transformed by globalization. Immigration has brought people from all corners of the world, enriching the country's social fabric and creating a vibrant multicultural mosaic. Canadian culture, once largely defined by its European roots, is now a dynamic blend of influences from around the globe, reflected in its food, music, art, and literature. And while globalization has brought significant benefits to Canada, it has also presented a unique set of challenges. The country must navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world, balancing economic competitiveness with social equity and environmental sustainability. One of the key challenges is adapting to the ever-evolving nature of the global economy. Competition from emerging economies, particularly in manufacturing and low-cost labor, has put pressure on Canadian businesses to innovate and become more efficient. The rise of automation and artificial intelligence is further transforming the job market, requiring workers to adapt to new skills and industries. Globalization has also raised concerns about cultural homogenization. The dominance of American media and the spread of global brands have led some to worry about the erosion of Canada's distinct cultural identity. Balancing the benefits of cultural exchange with the preservation of unique traditions and values remains an ongoing challenge. Furthermore, globalization has implications for environmental sustainability. Increased trade and consumption patterns can contribute to pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Canada must work collaboratively with other nations to address these global environmental challenges, promoting sustainable practices and reducing its ecological footprint. Our exploration of Canadian and world geography has illuminated the profound ways in which the Earth's physical features and human activities intertwine. From towering mountains to bustling cities, from fertile prairies to the interconnected global network, geography shapes our lives in countless ways. It influences where we live, how we work, and the challenges we face. Understanding geography is not merely an academic pursuit. It is essential for navigating the complexities of the 21st century. As our planet grapples with climate change, resource depletion, and social and economic disparities, geographical knowledge provides crucial insights into the interconnected nature of these challenges. By understanding the interplay between physical geography, human activity, and global trends, we can make more informed decisions about resource management, urban planning, and environmental protection. We can work towards a more sustainable and equitable future where economic development goes hand in hand with social progress and environmental stewardship. Canada, with its vast natural resources, diverse population, and commitment to innovation, is well positioned to thrive in the 21st century. However, success hinges on the country's ability to navigate the challenges and opportunities of a rapidly changing world. Balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability is paramount. Canada must continue to leverage its natural resources while embracing sustainable practices that protect the environment for future generations. Investing in renewable energy, promoting energy efficiency, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions are crucial steps in this direction. Equally important is fostering a society that values diversity and inclusivity. Canada's multicultural fabric, enriched by generations of immigrants, is a source of strength and resilience. Embracing immigration, promoting social equity, and celebrating cultural diversity will be key to building a cohesive and prosperous society. As Canada moves forward, embracing its role on the global stage will be essential. By promoting international cooperation, advocating for human rights, and working collaboratively to address global challenges, Canada can contribute to building a more just and sustainable world for all.